So I have a book. I have an idea for a book. How do I self-publish it? Where do I start? It's easy, right? You just hit upload and you click the button. No. So today I'm going to be answering for you the question of how do you self-publish your book in 2022? And really, it's actually answering a series of questions for yourself, but it's definitely going to help you make a plan. And you really need a plan, okay? So stay tuned. Hi, I'm MK Williams. I'm an author and independent publisher. I love sharing my insights about all things self-publishing with you. Before I get into the details of today's video, don't forget to hit subscribe. That way you can be here every week as I release new videos on self-publishing, making a career of being an author, and now being a mompreneur. All right, so today we're going to be answering the question, how do I self-publish a book in 2022? So self-publishing has definitely grown over the past decade and it's become much easier. So I think some people still associate self-publishing with you have your file, you go and spend thousands of dollars to have a garage full of books, and that's really not the case for most authors anymore. It's much more sophisticated, and there's actually a lot of options. There's almost too many options, okay? So we're gonna go over today how you can actually make a plan to self-publish your book this year. So first and foremost, I wanna say congratulations, right? You've decided to make this the year that you're going to write and self-publish the book that you've been thinking of for years. Woohoo, right? It's super exciting. Take a moment to really acknowledge that and appreciate it. But now you're probably thinking how do I actually do this? Well, the tough answer is that there really isn't one right way to self-publish your books. Depending on the genre, your specific goals, and the amount of time and money you have to dedicate to the project, answers will vary widely. Don't worry, I have lots of videos to answer all of those tiny questions that flow through. But today, you need to answer these 6 questions in order to get started on your self-publishing journey in 2022. That's right. There are 6 decisions you will need to make as an author and self-publisher in order to get your book done and out to the people. All right, so the first decision you need to make is self-publish or traditional publishing. So it seems silly to have this here since you probably found this video because you want to self-publish, but do you? Do you want to self-publish? It's a lot of work to handle the logistics of editors, cover designers, registering your ISBNs, etc. Now, if you're going to go the traditional route, this is a lot of work too. And no matter the route you pick, you're pretty much on the hook for marketing your book. But if the logistics don't appeal to you, maybe look into traditional publishing. Just don't fall into the trap of vanity presses. They make it seem like you're being traditionally published, but you're not. With self-publishing, you foot the bill, you keep your rights, you get all the royalties. With traditional publishing, they foot the bill, perhaps they pay you in advance, you sign over your rights, and you get smaller royalties. No traditional publisher will ever ask you to pay for anything. That's a vanity press. Stay away from it, okay? And the reason why I'm really reiterating the self-publish versus traditional is I've worked with authors who go all the way down the line with self-publishing, and right before they hit publish, they think, well, maybe I could get a publisher. So I really want you to dig deep and think is this the right route for you? If it really is on your heart and it's your dream to go the traditional route, there are really amazing channels where you can learn about that and figure out how to get an agent, because that's really the first step, okay? All right, budget. What is your budget? So this decision and the next that I'll go over really go hand in hand. But first, I want you to think about how much money you have to invest in this. Do you have money put aside for editing, cover design, learning and running social media or Amazon ads? Do you have an idea of how much you would be willing to invest in the project, or how much you'd be willing to lose and still say, okay, that's fine? You could do it all for free, but there are some caveats you may not like about that, although you may say, well, it's free, that works for me. Between formatting, cover design, owning your ISBNs, and advertising, it can add up really fast. Making a budget can help you stay on track and also have realistic expectations on what you could net from the book after publishing it. So it's really important to take the time and think on that strategically. And as I said, this goes hand in hand with the next decision, which is DIY or pro. So this plays into your budget. If your budget is $0, then I guess you're doing everything DIY or do it yourself. Chances are you'll have some money to allocate though, but you won't have unlimited funds. So with that constraint, you have to pick where you're going to invest it, where you think you're going to get the best return. So what professional help will you invest in? The best editor money can hire? An award-winning cover designer? Hiring out for social media ads to support the book? Likely, you'll want to use some self-publishing service companies to help authors like us at reasonable prices. Companies like Formatted Books and 100 Covers know books and offer excellent prices. You can also find help on Fiverr, but be sure to check that they know books. It's a really specific niche. I'm a member of the Alliance of Independent Authors, and they have a watchdog list as well as recommended vendors for all the different things you might need as an author. I have a link below that you can check out, okay? Okay, the next decision you need to make is reach and distribution. What do you want? What's your dream? What can you handle? So this is the question that probably seems silly because most authors are like, I want my book everywhere. But so many authors don't think about this until they are ready to upload and hit publish. And at that point, if they haven't given distribution any thought, you may not have the right file format for the platform. You may not have made the right decisions along the way, and it could kind of trip things up. So let's take a moment and think about what kind of reach you want your book to have. Do you want to be on Amazon? Do you want to be in libraries? What about Barnes & Noble? How about international markets? Do you want an ebook? Do you want print books? Do you want an audiobook? All right. Again, there isn't a right or wrong answer here, but what is your vision for your book? It's going to be different for every single one of you watching this right here. What have you been thinking of? What can you handle right now? All right. If the thought of managing multiple logins and audiobook production and all these decisions is stressing you out, relax. Don't worry. You can add on later. But think about what you may want to add now so you can set yourself up for success, okay? All right, the next question that I have for you is, what are you doing right now to build your audience? As I mentioned earlier, you're going to have to market this book. And unless your family and friends all love to read the same exact genre, and that genre is for your book, you're going to need to cultivate a readership outside of your direct circle. So how are you going to do that? Do you prefer connecting on social media? Or maybe you like to go to readings at your local indie bookstore. So what are you doing right now to start connecting with other authors and, more importantly, book lovers so that you have a community cheering for you and excited to read your book when it's ready? All right, and the final question that I have for you, the final thing that you need to do and figure out before you can start doing your self-publishing plan is your book written? Is it done? The final and most important question to answer is this one. Is your book done? Have you started it? You need to set a realistic goal for when you think you can have draft 1 done, then draft 2. Without the complete manuscript, the rest of the decisions don't really matter very much, okay? So in between your writing sessions, when you are thinking of the answers to these other questions, check out my other videos to help you navigate this very exciting project with all the little details that come with it. And let me know what your book's going to be about. Let's encourage each other in the comments below. I hope you found this information helpful, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to hit subscribe. That lets YouTube know that you're getting value from this information and can get it in front of other authors, like us. Now you can get back to writing your book. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you really found it helpful and informative. And before you head on to watch another video on YouTube, on this channel or another channel, or go back to actually write your book, I want to let you know that I answer a lot of other questions on this channel, really short, to the point, succinct, one question, one answer. But I've pretty much downloaded my brain into my Author Your Ambition books, and you can get these anywhere that you can find books. So whether you're just starting out writing, whether you're figuring out your plan for self-publishing, you're trying to figure out marketing, I pretty much have a book for you. So self-publishing for the first-time author, book marketing for the first-time author, how to write your first novel, and going wide are all available, like I said, anywhere that you can find great books, and you can easily find all the links and the different retailers if you go to authorYourAmbition.com/books. All right, talk to you guys soon. Bye.